Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Hello, Iwoki. Hello, Augie. And hello, Astana, in no particular order. And hello, everyone on YouTube as well. I don't know who you are because there's no one chatting. If you don't chat, I can't say hi to you by name. But hi, everyone. That way, everyone's included. Astana, you woke up an hour ago. You got good sleep. Nice. Good job. I'm very happy for you. I also slept fairly well last night. Had weird dreams, as you do, but at least I slept well, right? And I don't feel like today is a Monday, which is good, because it's Tuesday today, and definitely not Monday. So there you go. Hi, Augie. How are you doing? You alright? I'm just dancing. You know, you gotta dance, right? Dancing is good. We love dancing. Hi, Jeeves. You alright? Glad to see you. Hold up. What did you type, Augie? Ah, okay. But yes, today, my friends, Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning. We're playing The Sims. We've got a house full of 8 Sims that are all gonna run, you know, live autonomously, living their best lives in a house that caters to their every whim and every need and every want, while we get work done. That is our morning stream, and I need to fix our Pomo timer and everything. So let me do that real quick. Clear done. There we go. And then timer. No, bad. Timer Pomo 0 out of 3. And then timer 2015, but I am not hitting enter until we're ready to start. Asana, last time you checked, you were not still sleeping. Okay, that's good. So you're definitely not dreaming that you showed up to one of my streams. I'm very glad of that. Definitely. Jeeves, except Rob. Rob is deathing his best death. I mean, true. Yeah. Rob is the only one who cannot come back to life. Because no one else is able to undeathify other Sims. I am very sorry. But we are trying to get Rob rebirthed. So there is that. Asana, your cat wanted to lay on top of you with her wet... Wait, why is your cat's fur wet? Astana, you've actually typed in your sleep before. It's freaky. Oh my god, that is freaky. Oh. So, wait, are you like, when you type in your sleep, are you like asleep and at your computer and typing? Or are you dreaming that you're typing and like your cat is on your chest or your stomach and you're like doing this in your sleep on your cat thinking that your cat's a keyboard? Because that's hilarious. Your phone. Okay, yeah, I've done that before. Like, been half asleep or half awake and type some random thing, but because I'm like actually asleep and only vaguely aware of what I'm doing, I type some gobbledygook and some weird stuff. I haven't done that in like a very, 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 very long time, thankfully. But it is really weird when you do it. And her fur is wet because of the rain. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, did she lie underneath the kitchen sink or the bathroom sink tap or underneath the shower head? You know, because my cat used to do that. Felix used to lie in the sink. She'd lick the taps. She would never drink water from a bowl, but she would, when she was younger, she would get into the sink and I could like make the sink drip just a little bit, and turn the taps on just enough to make the water drip, and she would drink the water from the tap. She would never drink from a bowl, though. She was a weird cat. I loved her to bits. Um, I tried everything with that cat. I bought her I bought her everything from large, shallow bowls, that were only like that deep, so that she could, because I read that the reason why cats don't drink from their water bowls is because their whiskers touch the edge of the bowl. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get a really large, very shallow dish and fill that full of water. It didn't work. She ignored it. Then I bought an expensive water fountain. She ignored it. Her favorite thing to do with water, other than the sink, she just dip her paw in the water and lick the water from her paw. And I'm like, cats. Cats, man. Astana, you messaged someone at 1 a.m. that you were very tired, but you were asleep. I mean, if you're gonna message someone at 1 o'clock in the morning, messaging them that you're very tired while you're actually asleep is one of the tamer things to do. Jeebs, now you wonder what one can type in their sleep that still makes sense, though. You're gonna have to get to you make friends with people who type in their sleep and send text messages in their sleep. Oh dear, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so my friends, what are we doing today, and exactly what is a Work With Me live stream? I'm glad you didn't ask. On this channel, we do every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. UK time, we do a Work With Me live stream. It's when we have 20 minutes to get work done. Anything that is on your to-do list. So if, for example, you want to wash the dishes, or you want to finish a chapter in a book that you've been reading, or even if it's something like, I want to drink a cup of coffee. It's a very important thing, drinking a cup of coffee. But if you want to do, it's any of that, you do it during the 20 minutes while the timer is going. The timer is just down there. And then we have a 15-minute break where we talk about life sim related news, gaming news, what we had for tea last night. Pretty much anything goes during our break time. Break time is just a nice, chill, relaxing thing, where there's no pressure. You just chat if you want to chat, listen to me ramble on if you don't want to chat, and it's all good. And then we rinse and repeat. 20 minutes of getting work done, 15 minutes of more chatting, and so on for a full 2 hours. That's what we do. Augie, you got housework. And finish writing chapter 2 of your book. Nice. You're already on to chapter 2. I am so proud of you, Augie, for writing this book. I really am. You're seriously doing a really good job. Jeeves, you're making a data flow diagram. Ooh. So, for those of you over on YouTube, you might be noticing that people are typing !task over on Twitch. I really do wish that Super Sweetbot worked on YouTube. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So, if you want to do tasks, you can write in the chat yourself, just, task : and then whatever task you want to do. And then you have to scroll through the chat to find your message. That's about the only thing you can do on YouTube. If you want to come over to Twitch, you're more to be able to use Super Sweetbot, you're more than welcome to do so. For those of you already on Twitch, if you don't know how to use Super Sweetbot, it's very simple. You type in !task or !now, followed by a space, and then the thing that you want to do. And then when you finish that thing, you type in !done. Super Sweetbot ticks that off of your to-do list, and then you can continue on with you type in what the next task is. And the neat thing about Super Sweet Bot is it remembers who you are and it remembers your list. So when I am no longer, when the stream ends, you can continue typing in my chat, and adding things to your to-do list, taking things off, all of that. And you can also go to another Twitch channel that is using Super Sweet Bot and continue from there if you want, to interact with other people during breaks. So it just makes sense. Augie, you've discovered you have weaknesses. You struggle to write conversations. Same. That is why I have not written a fictional book. So, Augie, the only thing I can suggest, there are two things that I can suggest that you do with if you're struggling to write conversations. One is you get the help of someone. You say, I need you to pretend like you're this character, and you give them details about the character that you want them to portray. And then you play another character and you have a conversation as though the both of you are those individual characters. And that way that might give you a little bit of a feel as to how the conversations that you want to have in the book can go. And then you can use that exercise to hopefully help you write the conversations that you want in the book. Another way of doing it, which I don't recommend as much, but if you don't have someone who can help you, you could use AI, like, ChatGPT or Gemini or something like that. I don't really recommend doing that, but if you don't have anyone to help you, an actual person, it can be a good an okay stand-in, I should say. Not a good stand-in, but an okay stand-in. But at least it's the same thing. You tell them, you go into ChatGPT or Gemini and say, I want you to pretend like you're this character. You give them all of the details about that character, their personality and everything, and you say, I just want to have a conversation with this character. And you go from there. And again, it's just like a sounding board, so you kind of get the general idea of how conversations can go, and it does help. It might help you a little bit of writing those conversations. So, Augie, you're part of a Facebook writers group. You've mentioned it on there, and they've given some good tips as well. Nice. That was going to be my third suggestion, was asking other people who've written fictional books for any tips. But those are the main tip that I can come up with is ask someone to pretend like they're that character, and you have a conversation with them. That's left over from my drama days, believe it or not. Back when I was in high school, my drama teacher was very big on improv, and he recommended doing that for people who wanted to write. He said that doing a little bit of improv like that is a really nice and good way of writing down conversations. So there you go. All right, my friends, shall we get started with working? 20 minutes on the clock. I'm going to mute my microphone, turn up the music a little bit, we'll get The Sims 4 running in the background, and we'll get some work done. I am going to go ahead and do that, and let's get started. I'll catch up with you all in 20 minutes.
nigga anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a nigga handsome. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Tryna get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never trick on the bitch, unless the bitch is my bitch with a kiss on my lips like, I am not a pimp with a limp, I'm a man with a gift, and I'm doing my shit like, tell them other niggas I'm the nigga, I'm the man in the city, and my bank account bigger, and my body count bigger, that's without a doubt, nigga. I'm 100 steps ahead, that's a lot of mouth, nigga, that's a lot of clout, nigga. What you all about, nigga? What your dollar amount, nigga? You a boy scout, nigga, I'm a big dog. Tell the truth, I don't get y'all, this shit sounding corny. Motherfucker, turn this shit off, bro. I can't rap how everybody else rap, bro. Everybody talking about hoes, cars, clothes, chains, and money. That shit corny as fuck. I don't wanna rap about that corny ass shit. Motherfucker, I've been mortified, fortified, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my niggas die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, now niggas doing dope lines. I'm running to the cops, that's a bitch, nigga exercise. Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like legato. Niggas get chipped like staccato, send a wave through the hood, now sounding like Verado. Why you eat bread with avocado? We been trying to dodge shells before it landed on tomato. Singing all my sorrows on Apollo, I've been trying to pave the way, but they didn't tell me it was potholes. America ain't dreaming, it been scheming. When the birth of a nation came from black niggas seeming. We all know it's black nigga genius. Everybody love the culture, they be black by convenience.
Hold on, my nigga. You talking way too much conscious shit. Nobody wanna hear that shit. Nigga, speak about some hoes or some money or shit. Nigga, I don't wanna hear that shit. Nigga, I'm not saying don't rap how you rap, my nigga, but make some shit we can vibe to.
Befite Shamagra. Seneki
Web,
Blind.
Mabiza Shibu.
Braxton Saboon. Bronsonoka. Philpo. Wampo. Rehal. Abe. Sawada. Deloy.
Flish and Bill.
Oh, Badish.
Oh. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like yeah. You never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out of my mind. Just without you. All that I crave when you're away, nights of sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Giving we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home, yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just, yeah, you always make me feel like, yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. Just stop
In my mouth is a desert. Run me dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your lies. How to measure the love you throw around. I could never hold you down. You're taller than you. So full of emotion. You're taller than you.
gosh. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Behave. He's a Buddha.
Oh. Ooh, lava. Huh.
Javine, aren't you too? Oh.
Reddish Polino.
So you don't know what you're doing.
Huh? The
And
gel
walls
just?
are closing in.
Oh. Me boy fliffle.
Just remember where we're going.
Oh. Roche
And remember where we've been. We can breathe underwater. Nothing can hurt us anymore. And as long as we're together, it doesn't matter where we are. Wherever the ocean's high. If you ever think it's pointless, I will remind you that it's not. And the world will dance around us. They wanna know what we've got. We can breathe underwater. Nothing can hurt us anymore. And as long as we're together, it doesn't matter where we are.
The Gelja? Oh, me boy Flipple. Finaya, Meshka. Ugh.
French Shinishi. Paral, Faith and Yon.
Oh, Buddish. Opala Chaba. Hello, Kabishi. Luray. Bethite Shamagra. Grinoi Foibi. Quexivora.
Rama Barumas. Bazunia.
No!
Chimquexi, Bazuni.
Kurgadon Yadabel. Chongabi. Shabashu Kanumi. Nukum Kalank. Yam Safrita.
Ben Fahab. Ula Shaka. Abimi. Kortif. Dabiwu. Go Night Skuma. Ben Fahab. Ula Shaka. Abimi. Rogmalu Bay. Zulfid. Live on Kusha. Follow for Joy. Oh. Grisselek Kumba. Hardu. Yeah.
Bethite Shamagra. Grinoi Boybi. Ubuena. Oh, this is really sweet though.
Here, boy, Don't push that. Poetry. Sacranario. Aragaba, Benor. Hey, Swarsalatuni. Squire Orbehe.
Oh,
Wash.
Oh. Yabosa.
I go anywhere, anywhere with you, 'cause you fill my mind, oh, you fill my mind.
Una Narcanet. Awavine. Floopy. Suflo Bopis Wogra. Chilney. Umu. Watso. Ish. Yathruya. Brohare Azig. Zena Garza. Wib. Dom Sabuna. Arbs. Aga. Zarba!
We do it on repeat.
Sabane. Bobby Ibsabudo. Zorna.
I could stay awake till the night is
All right, my friends. That is our first focus session done. How are our Sims doing? No one's died yet this playthrough. So that's good. We've got a few things that need to be repaired. So let's take care of that. That's all good. I don't think there's anything broken there or over here. It looks like everything else is good. Let's check the exercise room. Yep, nothing's broken in there. We're all doing pretty well, I think. So I'm definitely happy about that.
Spinay?
All right.
Open quarantine.
The work with me house is doing good. I'm very proud of them. I really am. Okay, my friends. By the way, in case you're wondering what I'm doing in the background during our focus sessions, I'm still going through my YouTube channel and optimizing my playlists. So, like last week, I worked on moving, checking the videos of each playlist to make sure that they belonged in the playlist that they were in. So I got that done last week. This week, I'm working on making sure that the thumbnails, playlist titles, and playlist descriptions are all good. Which I have to admit, I very rarely use bespoke thumbnails for my playlists. So yeah, I'm working on making new thumbnails for every single playlist. It's a little bit of time consuming, but I'm getting in the groove. I'm able to do one playlist, title, description, and thumbnail per per focus session. So that's good at least. Thank goodness for Canva is all I can say. Making thumbnails with Canva Canva just makes life so much easier when it comes to making thumbnails. So good. It is so good. Okay, so let us, shall we talk about things? Hold on. I'm looking for, there it is. Right. Shall we get into the wonderful news? Because we have a bit of news for today. Yesterday we mentioned in one of the articles that news articles we covered, that Paralives has made a article on how to fix corrupted save files. And I kind of want to say that I had a thing to do with this, because I did send them a message and said, a lot of people are having problems with their save files, and it's a lot of people are having problems figuring out how to back them up and how to restore their saves. I did make a video on it, but even I was having problems. So I had sent them an email. I'm like, can you run me through the steps so I can make this video, to the best of my abilities and help out people. So part of me likes to think that they they made this, on the back of my email, but that's a little bit self-important of me. So the case is probably that they just saw that there's so many people having problems that they decided to write this. But in any event, I'm glad they did. So let's take a look at their article. It says, how to fix corrupted save files in Paralives. In rare cases, your save files might get corrupted because of a bug, or if the game is closed or crashes while it's saving. We understand losing a save file is really frustrating, and we are sorry about that. We are working on improvements to our save system to prevent save files from getting corrupted. In the meantime, if your save file refuses to load, you can attempt to fix it manually by identifying the exact issue among those listed below. They say, remember to back up your save first. Unfortunately, there might be other issues for which we don't have a manual fix to suggest at this time. So to identify exact issues that you might be having in Paralives, they say to first launch the game, then attempt to load the save file that you're having problems with. It says, if you get stuck in the loading screen, close the game using Alt F4, and then navigate to C drive users, username, app data, local low, Paralives, and open the player.log file. It says, near the end of the file, search for specific errors that the game wrote in the log when attempting to load the save file. Issue 1 is a JSON parse error. missing a closing quotation mark in string, for example. It says if you find this kind of JSON parse error in player.log, navigate to the files mentioned by each of these errors, and then open these files with your text editor of choice. Find a website to fix JSON files, and they give 2 different websites that you can use. Paste the content of your file in the box on the left. The fixed JSON will be on the box on the right. So, for example, if I open up this link here, so you want to paste the broken JSON file here, and the repaired JSON file will show up here on the left. Copy the fixed JSON and overwrite the content of the corrupted file with it. Once all broken files are fixed, the game should load correctly after restarting the game. The second issue is a meta file error. Could not read meta file, save file 165.save.meta at line, blah blah blah. If you find this kind of meta file parse error in player.log, navigate to the files mentioned by each of these errors, then open these files with your text editor. The broken file is probably empty or full of null characters. If it's a .saved.meta file, you need to fix it manually. And they say to replace the contents with these values. For any other type of meta files, for example, gamestats.meta, deleting the files will be sufficient to fix the issue. They say once all of the broken files are fixed, the save should load correctly after restarting the game. So this is a very, very good article. It is a short article, but they give you 3 really good fixes for corrupted saves in the Paralives game. So yeah, I will paste this link in the chat on both YouTube and Twitch. I would recommend that you all, if you play Paralives, click through that link, bookmark it, and that way you can go back to that article if you ever have problems with save corruption in your Paralives game. All right, we have time to look at a video that let me pause the music in the background. Paralives about 2 days ago announced a new collab, and this is with the developers of the game Unpacking. So let's go ahead and watch this video, and it is really cute. So I'm gonna actually turn the music up for the video so y'all can hear it. So you can play Unpacking, or your Paralives can play Unpacking in the game. You've got 10 collab exclusive items, which are freaking adorable. Poster, plushies, chicken and chick collectibles, stamps, 7 different collectible stamps. And, of course, it's a free update. So if you've opened up your Paralives game within the last 2 days, you should have all of that stuff. I mean, look at how cute this is. So let me fast forward here. So yeah, you've got Unpacking video game or computer game that your paras can play. You have the little pig plush. There's also the tiger plush. There we go. You've got the frog plush. And, like I said, the chicken and all of the baby chicks, which is absolutely adorable. There's 9 different variants of that baby chick. I mean, what I'm thinking, with these little chicken plushes is we don't have animals, pets or farm animals in Paralives yet. I am really, really hoping that eventually they add the ability to have farm animals. Eventually we're going to have pets. We're going to have cats, dogs, and horses. But I would love for them to add proper farm animals like chickens, goats, sheep, cows, pigs, and so on. But I'm picturing people in Paralives building using these chickens to build a little chicken coop. They wouldn't move because they're just toys, but it would be a really, really cute thing to do, I think. Part of me wants to try to do it. I really want to try to do it. It's absolutely adorable. I mean, look at that. Little bow tie, glasses, half-hatched chickens that haven't hatched yet. Oh, it's just so cute. Absolutely adorable. I'm all for cute and adorable things. We have an unpacking poster that we can use. And yeah, if you've never played Unpacking, by the way, it is such a cute little game. Highly recommend. There's even an Unpacking t-shirt that your parents can wear. Can I just say that I absolutely love these little themed collaborations. They have thought out everything exactly to put in these collabs, and everything is just so freaking adorable. Ewoki, you can't wait until we have pets and weather in the game. Imagine how cute dogs and cats would be running around, and rainy days. I know, right? Oh, I am so looking forward to future updates for Paralives. I mean, I love the game right now, but we need seasons. We need weather. We need wild animals running around, I mean, even if you can't interact with them, I would love to see little squirrels running up the trees and birds flying through the air, and, even if it's like a bird feeder that just has an animation of birds, eating at the bird feeder, stuff like that would be really, really cute. And make the world feel more alive. And I would 100% be all for it. It'd be so adorable. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to future updates as well, and cannot wait to see what they add. I'm really hoping for farm animals though, just because, you gotta life simulation. I am not a fan of farming life sims. Like, Stardew Valley, and other games like that. My brain isn't coming. It's My Time at Portia, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of those games. I want to be a huge fan of those games, but there's just something about them that doesn't keep me drawn in. However, and I know this is kind of weird sounding, but farming in The Sims 4 or in Paralives, that kind of stuff, gardening, that keeps me drawn in, and I don't know why. I don't know why things like My Time at Portia or My Time at Sandrock doesn't keep me drawn in for very long, whereas Paralives in The Sims 4 doing similar things in those two games that you do in My Time at Portia does. It's weird, but there you go. Who says that you have to make sense? Okay. So I think, yes, Super Sweetbot is saying that our break is over. Okay, yeah, it's because you have to control the character yourself rather than ordering a character to do it. Ooh, now that's a good question, Augie. It might be. It might be because with Paralives, you click on things and you say, you tell your para, do this, do that. And it's the same thing in Sims 4. You click on your sim and you click on something else and you say, go water this plant or go talk to this person or and so on. Whereas yeah, with Stardew Valley and My Time at Portia, it's more like an RPG where you control the person by WASD to move. That might be, I don't know, that might have something to do with it. It's just weird, huh? You made me think there, Augie. It's too early in the day for me to think, but it's fine. Okay, my friends. I'm gonna have to think about that during our next focus session. It'll give me something to focus on. It was just a thought when comparing the two types of games. Yeah, it might very well be. There might also be the whole thing with Stardew Valley and My Time at Sandrock.
Stop being a little bitch and get the job done.
Yes, sir. But yeah, there might actually be it might actually be a thing with My Time at Portia, My Time at Sandrock, Stardew Valley, those types of games that there's just too much. With like The Sims and Paralives, they leave it up to you to learn things. They leave it up to you to figure out, oh, you can do this collection, or oh, you can help out these townies. But in Stardew Valley and My Time at Sandrock, they build it into the tutorial and they make it feel like you have to do all of those things. And I think with that, it's too much too quickly and makes me feel stressed and burned out with those games because it's like, oh, okay, go help this person. Oh, wait, to help this person, you need to build this machine. But to build this machine, you need to go mining, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do that, and then you need to visit this person to get this pickaxe and this weapon, and it's a whole thing. And it's just, yeah, I think it just all of that stresses me out. But with The Sims 4, it's figure it out for yourself type of thing. And because they don't outright show you everything that you can do, and leave, leave it to you to explore on your own and figure those things out for yourself. I think that gives me doesn't stress me out as much. So I think that's probably the reason. Augie, you like having the goals laid out before you rather than you make your own goals. See, I think that's where we differ. And I think that's why I enjoy games like Paralives and The Sims more than I do the Stardew Valley style games, But games are awesome like that, There's games for everyone out there, and that's why I love games. But anyway, my friends, we do need to get back to work. So if you're new here, we have 20 minutes of focus time where we get work done, and then we chat for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. It's supposed to be 15 minutes, but I get chatting, and it's just the way I do it. Augie, that's completely justified. We're all different. Exactly. So 20 minutes on the clock. I need to go to the toilet as well. So let's get work done, and we'll bring up The Sims 4, turn up the music, and let's get some work done. Hey, Crispy Sims! Hello. How are you? You're wondering if I'm experiencing the issue at the moment in Paralives where you can't edit, add, or customize objects. You click the plus button, but it doesn't work. Oh, I haven't. No. I haven't. But saying that, I haven't tried editing objects for a little while. Just because I've been fully into live mode and doing the Rags to Mega Riches challenge, I haven't had any opportunity lately to edit objects like that. So the problem might be there, but I just haven't noticed it because I haven't tried to use it. Have you tried going to their Discord and asking about it? That might be a thing to do. Also, send them a quick message via their feedback form on their website and just tell them that you're having problems. That's about all I can suggest. Anyway, my friends, I hope you're doing okay, Crispy. Let's get some work done, shall we? Augie says hi, Crispy. All right, I'll catch up with you all in 20. Crispy, you have reported it as a bug. You did a game repair, you tried a fresh install, and it's not letting you customize. That, I am so sorry. Ooh, have you checked the logs? If you go to your C drive, users, username, app data, local low, Paralives folder, and then you search for your player.log file. Open that and see if you can find any error messages in that log file. That might point you towards what's causing it. If it isn't, in any event, you can, you can go back to the Paralives devs and say, hey, here's my error file. Don't know if it'll help, but here you go. So that will at least give them a little bit more detail to help out with that. So, but best of luck to you. I really hope that if it's a problem that and it does sound like it's a huge problem, that they're able to fix it soon. So anyway, my friends, I'm desperate for the loo. I'm gonna put 20 minutes on the timer, turn up the music, and let's get some work done. I'll catch up with you all in 20 though. I promise.
finest bar. I steer con caro Tony with some blue. Soy with Lloyd. Lipitao. Mensa. Junker. Bengoy Sparza. Taboo? Shebizar. Robobi Hapiam Ebony. Simsei Turkib. Oh, Apollo Java, Lemon Shush, Ulak Yempo. Ye class Actinaria Abenor. Kuzunya Nar. Dubious.
Oh nay. Oh nay. Uh-huh. Spino? Yeah, Fruz.
The door is open, I could walk right in. Ooh, but it's so much harder than it sounds. I know it's closing if I just stand still. Cause you won't wait forever, so just hit me up. It is not like I don't want you, just scared to try. Even if the odds are in my favor, I just need more time. So if you wait just a little bit longer, I will treat you right. Treat you right, yeah. Soon as I saw you, I knew it's never right now. Right now. Someone like you wouldn't take that. I don't even try. Even try. Soon as I saw you, I knew it's never right now. Right now. Someone like you wouldn't take that. I don't even try. Even try.
Fenoy. Or a sap. Huh? Huh? Yep, yep, yep. Neppy Yeka chips. No! Overrow!
Sebene Lovo Bonefi.
Uh-huh.
Kiara Balancev.
Gensiba. Lanza. Maru. Ooh. Graues. Fredishe, huh? Minze. Lepeta.
Wobi. Meb.
Larn.
Sorry.
With everything that you demand, you could say I had a plan way before I had a fan.
Cannot go
Someone
in
probably call it
Narble.
luck. I
Little
just call it
Shaba.
being blessed.
Grobus
You
Very.
ain't never did the work.
Ah,
but you
Jewel,
wanna be the
Jewel.
best.
Hey,
I can
Mo
never
Shazo
stress.
Shaleen.
Never better yet. Might have had a thing for you. She know I'm the better bet. I digress, I let it rest. Go and get another check. I could always see my future. I bet they could never guess. Guessing they get it, cause look at me now. When I look at yourself in the mirror, I know they doubted my thesis,
Wabarani
but they doubted
Zenze.
Jesus, and right now I'm
Bayumi.
making it clear.
Just
Really, these
fancy.
people don't know where they
Pardies
go, and they
Big
lately I feel like the man with the Mac.
Ya people
I got
squad.
this shit out the mud, you could give me the word, and I'll probably give it right back. Back of the bus, I was scraping the chain. Back in my head, I was living a life. Back in my job, I was losing the focus and trying to find ways to get back to the mic. All of this working ain't working, I feel like a liar, and I cannot lie to my soul. I know the truth universal, so don't let me tell you, I know that a lot of you know. Pieces of a poet, don't you know that I'm the real thing, baby.
Yalik. Varobi Muna.
Zebram. Jarjuk. Okra. Echutna. Tranquil. Kibby Chip. Neppy Yeka chips, huh? Cricky.
Jessene Cloncas Rabana. Bilbar.
Tibawam, Gularga Thanosa, Tanabe, Tanini, Wasabiskavoya, Kwai, Bunichi Parsafe Robin, Yanafe Watini.
You're no giant. You were licking, you were climbing. Now you got so much to say. I was hurting, you was quiet. Glory is glory does. So you know the story love. Never thought he'd be a legend. He was always sure he was. You was always naysaying. Some things never change. Spiritually, I never aged. Feeling like 11th grade. Junior me, father me. Standing tall, towering. Doing things I never do. If I was living cowardly. Sushi roll, sour D. Song 3, hour 3. I don't even go to sleep. Know the Lord empower me. Wake 'em up, they sound asleep. They gon' hear the sound of me. When the money getting up, truly ain't no down in me. Finally get it, cause look at me now and then looking at me from the picture. They probably thought that I need 'em or thought that I keep 'em. They lucky if I even miss 'em. Thinking that you got me figured, you figured it wrong, but it's okay, I truly forgive you. Lately I ain't got the time to be picking no fights when I'm trying to pick shit from the millions. Pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby. And if it don't make $1, then I couldn't make a real change, baby. Ay.
Fiddle-wick.
Pieces of a poet,
Tashaboo. Oh, yes. Unada. Fenoy. Or zap. Yip, yip, yip.
All right, my friends, welcome back. That was a focus number 2. Sorry, my brain just completely left me then, and I forgot how to count. It happens. It happens. How are we all getting on with our to-do lists? I'm doing all right. I'm making my way through my playlists, optimizing the titles and descriptions and thumbnails. I'm getting there. I am getting there. Let me pause the game real quick because we do have a little bit of news. And also, Crispy, I completely understand about the YouTube delay. Twitch isn't much better. I think Twitch has like a 30 to 40 second delay. I think it's partly due to just how YouTube and Twitch work, and also because I'm dual streaming, so that adds to the delay. But yeah, unfortunately, there's not much I can do. So we just have to kind of learn to deal with it, I guess. Usually, the way I do that is by just continuing to yap when I ask someone a question, you know. I figure that's how it goes. Augie, blame Muir. Why? Why would you blame Muir? Also, for some reason, on YouTube, it's showing up as hashtag blame C, but in my stream, my combined stream chat and meld, it's showing up as hashtag blame Muir, which is weird, but there you go. Just because. I mean, that makes sense to me. Blame me because. Okay. I can get behind that. You know, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Augie, your violin playing in the game is nearly as good as you in real life, and you just can't resist the cow plants. There's several people in this game just cannot resist the cow plants. I mean, you like the cow plants. Was it? I think Astana got eaten by the cow plants earlier. So, you know, it's all, everyone loves these cow plants, as they should. I mean, you know, we have a few of them. Okay, that one's not dead yet. Are there, speaking of cow plants, are any of them dead? No. The answer is no. All of our cow plants are currently alive. That makes me happy. Our cow plant army is growing, but it definitely makes me happy that they're all alive at the moment. It's all good. All right, my friends. Jeeves, we always blame Muir for everything. True. But it's fun to blame me for everything, right? It's completely fun. Okay. So let me get rid of The Sims 4. So that we can move into that's weird. Can I go back? Is there a reason why? There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. We have an article from the Sims team. The Sims community manager, Solaire, to be exact. Really good person. So yeah, they're talking about the Sim search in The Sims 4. So if you've not seen the Sims search, let me go into the Sims real quick. We'll open the gallery and I'll show you what this new Sims search is. So basically, if you are looking, let's say you're looking for a cozy house with plants. Okay? Cozy house with plants. Now, before, it didn't work. It would only search cozy. And it would not give you, you couldn't do search phrases. If you typed in cozy house with plants in the gallery, it would only look up things with the cozy tag. Okay? Or cozy in the title. Now, you hit it, and of course, it's saying no results found. Okay. Let me try. That wasn't a good example. Okay. Fine. Thanks, game. All right, let's try this again. Let's look up Gnome Lover. There we go. So, looking up Gnome Lover now brings up three different things, whereas before it would just search for gnome, but now it actually brings up, it looks for all of the words. So Gnome Lover. This is basically like the same thing as Google's plus features. So if you want to search for two specific words in Google, so if you want to search up gnome and then you want to and include things that include lover, then you would put quote marks and a plus. This is basically what this is doing behind the hood, so to speak, or under the hood. So you type in a phrase and it tries to find those words either in the description or in the title. Let's say another one, yellow flower house. There we go. So now it brings up loads of different houses that the title includes yellow flower house. This just makes it a lot easier to find different things, and it also, let me get out of the gallery and bring up the article again. Hey, Mouse Nuts, how's it going? Glad to see ya. So yeah. So the Sim search is really cool. And it says, since last week's launch, we've noticed many players are still searching using single words and keywords. While that still works, Sim search can do much more. Sim search was designed to help you find creations in new ways through both cross-language search and text-to-image search. So instead of thinking about the exact title, hashtag, or creator name, you can describe what you're looking for and let SimSearch do the work. And it says that you can search across languages now. It says one of the biggest benefits is it can surface creations from simmers around the world, even if they uploaded them in a different language. Cross-language search looks beyond titles and hashtags, helping connect you with content you may never have found before. So they give several different versions here in different languages, and yeah, and by search, you know, if someone say someone French from France typed in Petit Maison Bleu, then that would come up. They would get English results, and vice versa, which is pretty freaking awesome. And it says, with text-to-image search, you don't have to guess the perfect keyword. Instead, think about the visual elements you're searching for. Want a red farmhouse to match your new red horse barn? Try looking up big red house. Need a new cemetery? You can search for ghosts. Looking for something more on the industrial architecture? They recommend typing in metal fence. And it says the best way to use SimSearch is to get creative. Think about what colors you're looking for, the styles, what objects, the themes, the architectural features, and the mood and atmosphere that you're looking for. And doing that will really help find new builds in the gallery. So I personally think it's a really good addition to the gallery for The Sims 4, and I cannot wait to further try it out myself. I have tried it out a little bit, and it does work really well as long as people add those things into the description and their build titles, and that is the key. People need to be descriptive in their build descriptions, or else the search feature won't work. But I do like it. I really, really like it. And by doing, by using the new SimSearch mechanics in the Sims 4 gallery, I have found a few little hidden gems. I really like it. No, it's not. You're not bad. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're doing all right. Are you enjoying... What's the weather up like where you're at anyway? Down here, it's been a little bit wet, but it's been sunny. So, like, partly cloudy, not, fluffy clouds, blue sky. It's been raining at night, late at night or in the evenings, which is really great. So, when I'm all tucked up inside and not planning on going outside, that's when it's been raining. It's been clear pretty much for my walks this week so far. Fingers crossed, But yeah, I'm really enjoying this weather. It's really nice. I like the rain at night, because that way it's like I don't have to worry about watering the garden, and I don't have to worry about getting wet when I go on my walks. It's the best of both worlds. It really is. Numbnuts, it's been cold, then wet, then dry, then warm, then random. British weather, right? typical UK weather, in other words. Only more so because you're in Scotland, and Scotland weather is its own thing. I love Scotland. The time that we went on a holiday up there was loads of fun. I do want to go again, but yeah, because Scotland is higher up, both north and, above sea level than I am. The weather up there is very interesting. Very interesting. Augie, so your wet and windy English weather is tropical. It's Scottish. You gotta love it. Geez, speaking of the garden, how is my lawn doing? It's coming along. All of the flowers that I've planted, or all the plants that I've planted, have been flowering. So they've definitely have established themselves, because if they hadn't, properly rooted or anything, there wouldn't be flowers. But it's looking rather good. I do need to go through the garden within probably the next few days and like dump a bunch, grab more mulch and put more mulch down on the ground. I am getting a lot of weeds through, but that's because I haven't put down a weed ground cover membrane, and my housemate is like, no, you want to, we need to put down a membrane to keep the weeds from growing. But the problem is, it doesn't keep the weeds from growing. I'm remembering our old place, and we put down this, the weed membranes down. We put that down, and then we put soil on top of it, and weeds still grow. Weeds still grow through the membrane, because the membrane, after a while, it degrades and you still get weeds. And my housemate's like, but we're gonna end up with a gardens full of dandelions, and I'm like, I don't want those membranes down, because one, they add weird material to the soil, and two, they don't work. You still get weeds, and I want the ground cover to spread over everything, and the ground cover isn't going to spread over everything if there's a membrane there keeping them from getting into the dirt, keeping them from rooting into the dirt. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bone of contention between me and my housemates. My housemate and his family are like, put down some ground cover, some put down the membrane. It'll keep it'll keep the weeds away. I'm like, yeah, but it'll also keep my ground cover from working. So there you go. Augie, as Crowded House would say, 4 seasons in one day. I mean, yeah, that is true with the weather. 4 seasons in one day. Iwoki, where you're at, it's misty and cloudy in the mornings. And then clears up for the afternoon and a bit of sunny at most days. Mouse nuts use wool. That's what you use. But it's easier said than done for getting wool. Yeah, it is. Especially around here. There aren't any sheep farms around here. And none of the sheep farmers, will part with their wool. But yeah, that's what the mulch is for. I figure, I put the mulch down, that will deter the weeds a bit, and it is working. There are weeds like on the edgings. That's where the weeds are coming up. Is on the edge of the footpaths and near the walls, near the brick wall and stuff like that, and just it's near concrete, anywhere there's a footpath or a wall, a fence, that's where the weeds are cropping up. And I'm like, the rest of it's fine, but my housemate's like, no, we need to put membrane down. And I'm like, no, we don't. My ground cover won't work. So we've just been going back and forth, and I'm hoping that they'll just give up if I keep arguing. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It'll be fine though. I'll win. I will win the fight, just by sheer obstinate. I can be stubborn and obstinate. I can thank my grandmother for that. I inherited all of her stubbornness, which is good. Jeeves, farmers, you've been to a farm on the weekend. It has an ice cream parlor attached to it. The farms that have the farming markets. Oh yes, I love those. Well, it depends. It depends on the market, because some of them are fake. A lot of them are fake, but There's one that I've been to that's really good. It is actually on a working farm, and I would say about 70% of the stuff that they sell is from the farm. But another one that I've been to, they claim that they are a working farm, but when I've looked at their packaging in their farm shop, only like 5% of it is from the farm. And I'm like, really? It's like, go in and like, okay, let's see, all of this meat. You know, they've got this one farmer's market I went to, or farm shop I went to. They had all of this meat. I mean, like ham and beef and pork and chicken. Gorgeous. I mean, tons of selection to choose from. And I was looking at it all, and I'm like, oh, is this from the farm here? And they're like, oh no, that's down from Cumbria. That's from a farm in Cumbria. Oh, and I'm like, oh, what about the chicken? Oh, no, that's from like Doncaster, and I'm like, what's actually from this farm? And they're like, well, these flowers are from this farm. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, and the eggs are from this farm, but only these eggs here. These eggs over here are from a different, are from elsewhere. And I'm like, what? Seriously, what? So I stopped. I didn't. I went there once, and I'm like, I am never going to go to this farm shop ever again, because nothing there is from that farm. So Jeebs, the farm that you went to, they only make ice cream, which you feel is a bit strange. They have Jersey cows. They only have Jersey cows. They only make ice cream, and you feel like you want that to be your life. Eating the ice cream or making the ice cream, Jeebs? Or keeping the cows. Can you imagine having a cow farm and all you do with it is make ice cream? We have our own cows and we use the milk to make ice cream. At Mouse Nuts, both surely. Jeeves, owning a herd of cattle and making ice cream from the milk and selling it. That is what you want for you. Do it. Go do it. That can be your new goal in life, Jeeves, is to buy yourself a nice plot of land, get yourself a farm going with cows, and make ice cream and sell it. There you go. Retirement plans. Augie. Augie can be your taste tester. There you go. All right, my friends, we do need to get our third focus session done. So shall we get this done? 20 minutes on the clock. For those of you who are new here, this is what we do. 20 minutes worth of focus time where we get stuff done. And while we do that, the Sims will be running in the background and the music will be turned up and my mouth will be muted. My microphone will be muted. Same difference, really. Let's get some work done, my friends, and I'll catch up with you all after the focus session. Jeeves, you don't know anything about farming, let alone dairy farming. Augie, neither is Jeremy Clarkson. Truth. I love it. All right, I'll catch up with you all in 20. Let's get some work done, my friends.
Don't try and make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to make no time to waste. Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost 'em. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing, so I work the winners and they throw the deuces. Guess I had to pivot, shooting no bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax. That's a joke. Tell 'em laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag. Brody plot, forget a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got laugh on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, whoa, whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow them slow. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link no time to waste. Facts, I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax. That's a joke. Tell 'em laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag. Brody plot, forget a whack. Contract, give me the max.
Wasabus, Danka, Ichi Parsifik, Bro, Bin Ibao, Zambu Monet, Nimarf, San Zizi Katuni.
For the record, ain't trying to link no time to waste.
Ichuta, Linda, Anaya, Ichuta Zanoi, to be you, Anaya. Hibby Jib, Yip Slicklet, Chronel, Udis Baru, Chefdu, Wait Bagora. Vobi Nurks, Gushal, Tribnathenib. Gelbador, Damsagari, Thibweni Dopsu, Wibs, Awavine, Floopy, Chima Rimple, Gorg,
so lost without you. I won't make it without you. I don't care what the others say, and I still think of you night and day, and yeah, I've lost my way, I can't walk, can't stand, can't talk, can't fly without you. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you.
Vicky? Dude. Super. Señor. Hippie, yeah. Panaclets. Oh, Athena. Eva. Wait, B.
to get it right. Trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight. And now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Can't tell yours if you want it. Treat the right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Can't tell yours if you want it. Treat the right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. I never left a stone unturned. I need to find some love in this crazy world. I feel like I was never hurt. All I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be loved. Tell yours if you want it right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Can't tell yours if you want it right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say.
Oh, to Yabe. Ari, now be
Yakuya Roshba. Questionas. Bombzoid Dipna.
Japanese.
Slew for clave. Oh, yucky big. Dropping kaboom.
Bound to relapse. I don't know. I tried, but don't know.
Levitate, the Miscos. Unpacking. You're quite Rafsi. Yam full stop. Handpay, Tibanahanu. Looks like Chiffanal. Oh. Bay my beam, Simona Sarah. Vips Wabitabe, Barb Fennec, Sabade Pan, Wef Wep, Benu Siplurf, Koba. Fumu. My deeps. Ooble Soo. Whipsy Nipsy, Whipsy Nipsy, Sleepy. Leave me! Leave me!
All right, my friends, that is our final focus session for the day. I still have more playlists to go through for my job, but I got through quite a few today. I managed to get between 1 and 2 playlists done per focus session, so I think that's a good amount. I am like halfway through making a thumbnail for the current playlist that I'm working on, but I'll finish that after the stream ends and go ahead and get it done, so I'm not having to start tomorrow morning with a half done job. I hate doing that. It's really annoying, but there you go. How are you all doing? Are we all doing okay? I really, really hope so. Our Sims, let's check them real quick. They all seem to be doing pretty well. Let's go out here and let's check all of the paintings. So that's a masterpiece, but I think we already have one. Yes, we do. So we can sell this one. Rob, will you please sell that? This one is also a masterpiece. I don't think we have that one. No, we do not. We do not have that painting, so let me grab it. Yes. Let's grab that. Put it here. There we are. What about these two? That's a normal painting, so Sean can sell that one. And this one is also a normal painting, so Muir can sell that one. I do like that painting, though. That's really nice. As for the rest of it, I think we're fine. Nothing is broken in the kitchen, although, somehow we've got food on the floor. There we go. Muir, would you mind resuming that, please? It's annoying me that it's there. You know, as you do, just, it's good. There we are. Okay, so a little bit of tidying up in the kitchen is fine. Amir's finishing up the crab linguine. And yeah, outside is doing well. How many of our cow plants are dead? None of them, but they're all hungry. So I'm just going to I'm just gonna have Astana feed all of the cow plants until our queue gets full, and then we'll have Fleur also feed all of the rest of the cow plants. And you know, if I accidentally click eat cake, it's fine, right? I'm sure that it's absolutely fine. No one will die. Allegedly. I mean, you never know. They could die. Alright, we'll have Cody do that. And I think that is a good a good point.
Ooh, Vinaza. Yabamina.
Nice screenshot there. Gotta love it. Ewoki, how did this morning go so quickly? You don't understand where 2 hours went and it's 1 p.m. I know, right? These live streams always go by so fast. It's amazing. I'm like that as well. I'm always like, surely it can't be 2 hours already. It's impossible. There is no way that 2 hours have passed. But they have. So, you know. It's all good, though. It's all good. We will, however, be back in less than 2 hours from now. To be exact, we will be back in 1 hour and 50 minutes. 1 hour and 50 minutes from now is when we're coming back, my friends. So, please do come back, because I like talking to you all. Our next live stream is Paralives. Every afternoon live stream now is Paralives. So we are currently doing a Rags to Mega Riches challenge, where we have one para in the town of Milino in Paralives, and the goal is to save up to buy the town hall and library, which is 4.2 million paradigms. It's we're in it for the long haul. We are in it for the long haul. We are going to explore every lot. We're going to finish the collections. We're for the museum and community center. It's a whole thing. During today's stream, my plan is to have Krista. We're gonna start exploring all of the lots. So I want to go to like each individual lot and explore the areas around the lots and see if we can find any secrets. And we'll grab collection items and stuff like that as we explore. Really, really looking forward to it. That is at 2 p.m. UK time. Augie, 1 hour 54 minutes. It's now 1 hour and 52 minutes. Because I've been chatting here for 2 hours, but it's fine. Anyway, my friends, I do need to head off. I'm going to go grab some lunch. I'm going to go on my afternoon walk. I will see you all back here at 2 p.m. UK time. Until then, please Stay safe, please stay hydrated. Thank you all so, so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you in a bit. Bye. Bye. 1 minute of me waving and saying bye. I'm kidding. Bye, everyone.